with all due respect. With all due respect.
We are the With All Due Respect podcast with your girl, LadySamoan. Let's say something.
All right.
And me, your main man, Mo. What's going on?
What's up?
You make it so awkward.
Yeah. Okay.
We was just talking, right? And this is an ongoing conversation within our private lives. You have this thing. We typically bump heads on this right here. You have this thing where you're really what's the word I'm looking for? You're really mindful who you let within your inner circle. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't have a lot of people that you call your girlfriends. Like, you don't have a girls' night out. You don't have girlfriends or like people that you just call and talk to in a regular. Versus myself, I could be on the phone with literally anyone at any given time because I feel like I'm just that type of person. What makes you like that right there? Because you've been like that for the duration that I've known you. Even when I used to try to push, like, man, go out, have some fun, make some friends. Like, yo, old girl's like, she wanna kick it with you. Like, just chill, go out. And you're like, nah, I'm all right with that. It's just me, my kids, my husband, and my sisters for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got one or two or three. I would say three max. And you don't even talk to, and you know what I'm talking about. I won't say her name. You might talk to her like every 4 months. But then y'all pick up just as if like y'all spoke the other day. Then you got one that you may talk to every other day. But of course, you speak to your sisters every day.
Yeah, I think honestly, there's a couple of things that comes to play with that. Is for one, I do not like losing people, so I am very particular of who I connect with, and that just comes from when I lost my dad at 13. So I that really had affected me. Like, I don't like the thought of possibly this person not being in my life if I'm connected to them. Like, and I always tell people when I get connected to you and I say genuinely that I love you or I feel for you, I'm there. I'm in your corner. Now, I do not talk to people a lot, like hang out and do all that, because everybody has so many different things going on, and it takes a lot to get your schedule in line with like 5, 6, 7, 8 other people. And I think it is important though that you sketch out that time for self. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna come back to that. That is very important that you do that, because I actually want to plan something for a group of women that I actually came in contact with throughout the years. Because one young lady I spoke to, she's like, we haven't really seen each other for going on almost 2 years. And it's like, oh, I was like, good Lord, don't even realize how the time go by. For me, I put a lot into my family and to my kids. So for me, this is prime time for them. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure that they're okay. I have to make sure that I am giving them everything that they need. And in the meantime, like I always say, I had to put myself on hold when I started having kids, because now I'm grooming little people to grow up in this world, and if they don't have the essentials and the things that they need, then what good would they be? You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, I'm carving out that time. There are some people that I do talk to. A lot of them will know I call them sisters, because honestly, we don't have the same mother, but I promise you, they're just like my sister. Anything, they'll come here, we'll sit down, we talk for hours. We may be on the phone, we'll talk for hours. You know what I'm saying? And I hold those relationships so true and personal to me, because it's more than just me talking to you about like work or outside stuff. We have more of a spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying? There's only a certain amount of people that can deal with you spiritually. People can deal with your physical, people can deal with your thoughts, but when you are going through something and it's something different, and the way that you think about things are different, the way that you approach situations are different, you cannot bring that to everybody, because then they're looking at you like, oh my goodness, she's crazy. But honestly, it's like you have to be so confident and comfortable within yourself to know that, listen, I'm not crazy. This is how I think, and this is the way that I've seen things transition throughout my life. And I need spiritually enhanced people just like me to help me along the way, as well as for me to help them. So I think you have different connections with different people. You have spiritual connections. You have just, connections to where you come in contact with someone and I probably met someone at work. I take all these relationships serious. These individuals that I've met in the past through work, you know what I'm saying? I would love for us to come together. Not only just the adults, children.
And the thing about that, the jobs that you've had in the past, you have a small group of people that you work with.
Yes.
Versus me, I work in factory.
Mm-hmm.
I do factory work. So you are probably about 13, because you have done childcare for the last decade, roughly.
Yes.
So you're around with about 13 women at a time at the max. You look at someone like me, I think my job housed somewhere around 3,000 people.
Yeah, so that's
a lot of different personalities. And me, on the other hand, I get exactly what you're saying. But this is where we differ at. Me, I'm talking to everybody. And I know your heart's in the right place. But me, like, I look at it as an opportunity to gain a friend, not so much protect myself. And I understand when doing that right there, I open myself up because I'm vulnerable at that point right there. And it definitely has kicked me in the ass before.
But let me say this.
But I'm willing to roll the dice on that right there.
I want to insert there too. Because I meet people and I speak to people, I talk to people. Now, I don't want it to get misconstrued because honestly, I talk to everybody. I don't, say, oh, I can't talk to you or I don't want to have a conversation with you. Anybody that know me that ever been in my presence, the only thing is I've only worked with a small group of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I speak to everyone. I just do not allow everyone in my personal space.
I don't think you'll get attacked by you just, first of all, by women just being catty. In general, I think she'll be attacked if you worked in a factory environment.
But see,
she thinks she is to the point. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how that would work in your case. Now, after they get to know you, I think you'll be like a big sister to a lot of people. But initially, just because women just have that natural territorial whole thing about them. But like I said, me, I like I said, it kicks me in the ass sometimes, but I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to roll the dice on that right there.
Because you're a man, too. You got to understand, men can take way more than women. We are emotional creatures. I was saying this for years. We go back and forth with this.
The generation of men that we got now are more emotional than women. Like I said
but
before,
that's the whole...
tables have turned.
Exactly,
women are starting to stand more firm, and the men are... Not even just this generation, the men are starting to get more.
But to be honest, that's a whole nother conversation. But even with the women becoming standing more strong, it's because they have no other choice in some instances. But honestly, in reality, when you kind of peel back those layers, we are all just, as women, we are naturally just emotional, naturally just loving and caring and all of these things. I don't care if there's circumstances and situations that make people turn into things that they are usually not. But honestly, for men, y'all, it's more easy for y'all to have a relationship and to just let it go. So whereas women, you know what I'm saying, if we connect with someone and then something goes bad, our whole everything is in that relationship. You would probably run into a few women that could kind of just do what they do and just let it go. But, we have something a little different. And like my thing is, I will be in the presence of people. I will give you my all feel. But if I feel something from you that don't feel right, then I'm not going to deal with you. Whereas with you,
yes, me on the other end,
is different.
I'm going to try to work through it.
Yeah,
because in the process of me working through it, I'm hoping that you gain whatever it is that you're lacking, and vice versa. I'm feeling that you have something to bring to the table that I can learn from.
Let me put this: that is so true. But understand, we are oftentimes, and I think I spoke about this. You stay in situations to where you're supposed to already pull a plug. I think I wrote a post about it. They only keep you on that breathing machine for but so long. We are in relationships, friendships. You're connected to people to where you're supposed to be pulled the plug, but you're staying in there in that situation and you're not growing around.
I'm hopeful
but
for change.
You can only, let me tell you something. The change you want to be is the change you want to see is the change that you have to be daily. And that does not mean that I have to stay into a situation and then say, oh, okay, I want this to change, so I'm going to try to do everything in my power to help change you. No, you're going to see my change either if I'm there or if I'm not, because I'm constantly making these strides, these steps to be this better person, that change that I want to be. Now, you may have to look at me from, you know what I'm saying, a whole nother state over, but you're going to still see that your work, you have to know when to disconnect from people. And that was a mistake that I made in the past. And I'm going to say this, and I told you, I felt like sometimes we stay in situations to where we should have already left, because then you're exposed to the other side of people. You should have just known them for what you knew them for and keep it moving, because when you start getting exposed to the other side of people, it puts a bad taste in your mouth at this point. So now it's like, dang, I wish I never knew that about you.
So, the thing is with me, I think it comes down to, I don't want to deal with survivor's remorse. So it's one of those things where I learned a few years ago, there's only one door. And only one person can walk through that door at a time. But me being who I am, I want the whole crew to go. Like, let's go through this door. And it took me some time to realize, like, you know what? And that's why you might see me post on social media from time to time, Harriet Tubman effect. And what that was, Harriet Tubman went first. She was trying to get a group of people to go with her, but she went first. Then she came back to get people. But me, I was trying to get all 17, 19, or however many people through this one door. Like, we're going to break this door down. Not knowing that it was that right there, that one person had to go. And I think that's just one of those things, because it hurts me, man, when I see like people that I've had relationships with, I don't want to say fall off the deep end, but just going left. And I knew that they wouldn't have went left if I was still there. And that's just my opinion, saying that they're going left. But I know inside that you are a good person, but your actions are saying otherwise to the masses. And me being who I am, like I said, it very well might kick me in the ass later on. But I want to sit there and hold your hand like your homie. Because if it was me, I want you to call me and be like, yo, Mo, you're not moving right out here.
But see, the thing is, you got to understand, like I say, the crazy thing is about that, and we see it over and over and over, and you say survivor's remorse. The thing is that you got to understand, what is meant for people is going to be for people. What is meant for you will be for you. Yeah. And whoever your connection to people, what you were supposed to deposit into that individual, that individual will get. Whatever our deposits that we made throughout life, that is what they will always forever have, because there's seeds that we sow into people that we don't even realize. Many years later, they're sitting there like, oh my God, I remember she said this, or I remember XYZ. You're supposed to put in them what you're supposed to put in them. Maybe it's not their season to walk through that door yet. It's your season to walk through the door, but in that, when you connected with that individual, that just was your season to deposit in them. So when they're ready to walk through that door, then
that's the problem that I have right there. And I had a conversation with my man Q earlier this week. Q of 19 Below, also the gentleman who helps us with our playlist. When you want more for somebody than they currently want for themselves at that time. And even some people might could have said that about me in the past, whatnot. Like, yo, you got something, but you're not taking it serious. And I understand it hits everybody at a certain time. But
there's certain seasons, like you got, like, and that right there, man. I remember talking to a lot of different people. I'm like, yo, you can do this. I see the potential in you. I see that you should be doing XYZ. It's not their season to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you planted a seed within that individual to show them what they are capable of. They may not see it then, and they may not see it a month from now, a year from now. But the seed was planted.
What if they don't see it at all?
No.
So that's why I would prefer to stick around. I feel that I'm strong enough and big enough to take, okay, you said this, fine, I'm big enough to knock that off.
That's why you got power of choice.
And that also, it was just recently said, you can't pour from an empty cup. I will literally pour to the point where I'm pouring a cup over, hitting the top, like, all right, man, there's more in here. No. And also, like I said, I've learned that you would become mentally drained and physically drained to the point where you can't do what it is that you're supposed to do on your end now, because you put so much into the group of people that you admire and love so much. Like, yo, let's just go.
But then it wraps around back to self-love. It wraps around, you have to love yourself so much to understand that whatever it is that you're in identity too. You got to know who you are. You have to understand that whatever you're putting out here, you're confident in that, and you believe in yourself to the point that whatever I put out, whoever is supposed to have what they're supposed to have is going to get that from you at that time. And whenever they're ready, they're going to do it at their pace, just like with yourself, just like with myself. Whenever the time is right, that's when things happen. You do not have the power to make things manifest in people's lives. You don't have that power. You just have the power to plant a seed. You know what I'm saying? You're here just on assignment. Your assignment is whatever connection you're supposed to have with that individual. That's what you're supposed to do. That's your assignment. Stop trying to, they're going to take on creating the world. You're supposed to just plant the flower, but you want to sit there and make birds. You want to, no, but you can't. And that's the thing. We drive ourselves crazy over other people issues when, if you really focusing on yourself, and like I say, and I always
see that right there is that, and I hear that so often. Focus on self, but to me, that sounds selfish.
No, but listen, there's more to it. When you focus on yourself, make the deposit that you're supposed to deposit into this world. Ultimately, understand that you're doing things out of love. You're doing things with every ounce in your body that's right. If you move in that way, the people you're supposed to impact and touch, they're going to get what they're supposed to get from you. But you're not the creator of all things. So therefore, you cannot make these things happen for these people. But your assignment in life is to touch and leave whatever it is that you're supposed to leave in these people, and then be okay. Like, long as you're okay with, like, listen, I'm fine with that.
And see, that's the part. And if you notice, on Mo's Monday Moment, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that's the medium that I'm trying to find. Like, I'm literally at a point in my whole entire life of finding the medium in everything. And the medium is, okay, how do I make sure that I gave my all to this individual, but then also I didn't pour from an empty cup as well as from myself. So it's like, where's the medium in that right there? And it actually goes back to a popular line that Nipsey Hussle said, circle got smaller, and honestly, everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go.
But
it's not their time to go.
I want everybody
because
to go.
And then you gotta be okay, because we're going to embark on this. You know, I like speaking things into existence.
Absolutely. And
when we get to that point to where we are financially and just stable to the point to where it's like we're able to make these great decisions, you have to be okay with the fact that you cannot deposit everything financially into everybody. So we got to understand there's different deposits we make in life.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because even these rich people who are at the top, they're like, oh man, I feel bad. My homeboy right here, this right here. It's just, you cannot feel bad, because you have to still give what it is that you're supposed to give. And I feel with my heart, I give 110%. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they'll be like, can you do this for me? How much is this? No, I'm not going to charge you for this. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is a deposit I'm supposed to make in your life.
I literally was asked yesterday to help a friend of ours asked us to help him move. And he said, how much do I owe you? I said, you don't owe me anything. He said, well, I don't want to take nothing from you. I said, I'm not going to allow you to take nothing from me. I'm offering my services. So, yeah.
It's different deposit. We make financial deposit. We make, you know what I'm saying? It could be something that's like a smile, a hug, spiritual deposits. We make like the connection. And I look back, and I had battle with that before too. And I always look back, I say, you know what? I'm okay with the work that I have done so far. And you have to get to a point to where you're okay with the work that you have, with the work that you've done, you're doing, and the things that when you look back, it's like, yo, I was meant to be with this person during this time, because in this season, and I think I told the kids, you plant certain seeds in certain seasons, that's the only way they're going to grow. You know what I'm saying? I have friends and stuff that I talk to, and I don't talk to them for months at a time. But guess what? When we talk again, it's like in that season, this is when they need me, or this is when I need them. And then it goes right back. So, you know, one big thing that I say, and I end on this, is I'm very particular of who I put in my circle. You know, outside of being hurt, I learned a long time ago that I'm a very different individual. I'm a different being. And it took a while for me to accept that. Spiritually, I'm on a whole different level than a lot of people. And I feel certain in different things. And for me to be okay with who I am and to protect that, I have to be careful of who I allow in. And it doesn't make it like I don't like other people, I don't want to be around, or I don't do XYZ. Because anybody that know me, I like to have fun. I want to have fun, laugh, joke, whatever. But at the end of the day, I still have to be careful because I take it so serious when I deposit into people. You know what I'm saying? If I meet you and I'm there to talk to you, I take that serious because it's something that I'm supposed to give you at that time. So that's the only thing when it comes down, like you say, you don't have a lot of people that you rock with like that or this. I take it so serious. I have to protect that because I feel like this life that I'm living is not mine.
And see, I feel the same way, and that's why I'm okay with giving my all to everyone. And I understand even verbally saying that and listening, like, okay, it's not possible because I'm actually shortchanging my family if that's the case. But I literally would randomly call people like, "Yo, you good? Yeah. I'm just checking in and checking up." Randomly call people, and they're like, "Yo, Mo, you're like the only person that I know that just randomly check," and it's genuine.
Yeah, I do it all the time
because I just love people. I love to love.
And that's the thing. You know what they say? Oh, when you leave this job, I ain't gonna talk to you no more. I'm not gonna see you. We may not talk for a long time, honestly, because life just takes you in so many different directions. And like we spoke about last week, time just goes by. But I will literally pick up my, like, something would say you need to call this person or you need to do this, and I'll pick up the phone and I'll text them or I'll call them, and it's like I tell them, our connection is always going to be our connection. If I got a connection with you, I got a connection with you. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you just know, if you want to call me, I'm here.
Even if I see you on social media, and it's almost like, I gave it a name yesterday. If you're looking for a hug on social media, I'll literally call you or text like, "Yo, what's going on? You need to talk? What's good?" I mean, I literally got up. It was on our anniversary day. I literally got up and went to the aid of a friend of mine. And some people are like, nah, that's your anniversary night. You hang out with your old lady. But the thing is, Pastor Johnson said that when he spoke to Coretta Scott King, that she was okay with MLK doing what he did because she not only married the man, she married the vision. And for you to be like, go ahead, take care of that on our anniversary night, it's like, okay, not only did I marry Mo, but I married the man that's in him and how he actually moves, and I know that his heart is genuine. So I'm still trying to find a medium in that right now. But at the core of it, I'm still going to be that guy though. And like I said, very well may
bite you in the butt, but hey,
no, I ain't gonna bite you. Kick me in my ass. That's what's gonna happen. But so you actually really hold tight to that catchphrase Drake came up with, "No new friends."
No, it's not that. Because people gonna be like, "What? She don't." But no, that's why I'm gonna tell you. You know how some, and some people can connect to people so quick, and I'm like, listen, like I really have to feel a vibe from you, or if I feel you're a good person, that's fine. I would love to hang out with people. I would love to talk and communicate. Like I say, I'm definitely in the works of trying to get some old work friends together. There was something we were supposed to do. It was supposed to be a pole dancing routine type class we were supposed to do. And I think that would just be fun. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make that happen because I think it's when women get together, we understand that ultimately we all can be cut from so many different cloths. But if you come together on some love stuff, man, we gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna look at you how they gonna look at you, view you how you gonna view. But if you come and not be judgmental, honey, there's so much we can learn from each other. So much.
I agree. And we're actually going to go ahead and close this episode of the With All Due Respect podcast like that. Final statements. I try to avoid survivor remorse, so therefore I'm in the process of trying to find a medium, and LadySamoan holds tight to no new friends. Word to Drake. So nonetheless, y'all, we are the With All Due Respect podcast with LadySamoan.
Yeah.
Me, your main man Mo. Y'all check us out with our weekly playlist brought to you by the With All Due Respect podcast, as well as 19 and Below and Pretty Above All, Mr. Quinton Greer. Y'all check us out as far as our Motivational 3 group. I have Mondays, which is Mo's Monday Moment. That will be tomorrow. Y'all check out Lloyd Hale with his Wednesday Wild and Miss Lady Simone with her Fresh Fridays.
Yes.
And just stay tuned to what we got going on. And as I like to say, I am your man, a.k.a. Mr. I Woke Up This Morning. So y'all go ahead and have yourselves a good week, all right? Be safe, be productive.